Okay, so let's talk about what I call the stingle. So it is common if it is your first time trying LipSense for your lips to tingle all the way up to a sting. Some people don't feel it at all. Some people do feel a slight stingle. I made up that word. When they dry lip, this just varies person to person. It just depends on how dehydrated your lips are there cracks? Because LipSense has an ingredient called SD alcohol 40, which is a cosmetic grade alcohol. It keeps the product sterile, your lips clean. Cosmetic grade alcohol gets into those cuts that you have. It cleans out that bacteria in those cuts, but it'll also leave a little bit of a stink, as you can imagine. So it just depends on how severe that is, and it should only happen the first couple times you try LipSense, and you won't feel it anymore. It happened to me probably the first time, maybe 2 times, and then for the past 2 years it hasn't happened again. Okay, this next one is for anybody who's been using LipSense shorter than a month, and if you haven't been using any other like lip products like chapstick, okay? Gotta kick those to the curb. But this just counts for about a month use. This is something that's commonly referred to as the exfoliation process, or I kind of like to call it the withdrawal process. If you've been using other chapsticks or other lipstick products, your lips have to get used to going back through a natural exfoliation phase. Different products, chapsticks, lipsticks contain ingredients that inhibit your lips from exfoliating. And your lips need to exfoliate often. It actually is the thinnest skin over your entire body, and it needs to be going through and exfoliating often. Now, I'm a recovering chapstick addict, and so when I first started using LipSense, I was like, why is my LipSense not lasting as long as everyone else's? Like, I see them going all day, and mine only lasts like a couple hours. Stuck to it, I kept using it, and after a couple of weeks it was lasting longer and longer, and now I can go honestly 24 hours with it staying on. Remember to gloss at night and be using your remover to take off LipSense at night. My aunt loves lipstick, and she was like, Whitney, I really want to love LipSense, but I just don't. It doesn't last on me. It keeps coming off. I can't do anything to get it to stay. And I was like, please stick with it. She did, and it took her, honestly, because she was a lover of lipstick and other makeup, it took her longer to get it to last, but she is completely obsessed with LipSense now, and she's so happy because she can wear it all day, and it's totally fine. You've been using LipSense longer than a month, maybe a couple months, 9 months, a year, and you're still having issues with it maybe getting crumbly, or I've heard of it wearing away or disappearing a little bit. These next tips are for you. There are 3 things I want to go over with you guys, just to make sure that you're doing, and then a couple tips. The first thing is that one of the reasons why it can be getting crumbly or flaking off is because your layers are too thick. Now, because you put LipSense on in 3 layers, they need to be 3 thin layers. Keep your lips tight when you do it. If they're loose and you put it on, it might collect in the little grooves in your lip. But because you put it on in 3 layers, if they're thick layers, it might not sit right, and then it can kind of come off. So if you see, if I just took out LipSense and then put this straight on my lip, you can see how there's so much product just gathered all the way around the wand. Make sure you wipe it off almost all the way. Next, just make sure that you're giving LipSense enough dry time in between layers. If you need to, go ahead and fan it a little bit, and you can touch it, and if it feels tacky, then you need to wait just a little bit longer. Last tip I want to give you is just to make sure that you are glossing and glossing often. And this is going to roll over into some info you might not know about what breaks down LipSense, but make sure you're glossing before you eat, because oil is going to break down LipSense. It does. It breaks it down quickly. So if you're eating salads with a lot of salad dressing right after you put on your LipSense, or like hamburgers or fries or anything with grease, it's going to start breaking down your LipSense. Some other things that I would have you check is if you are somebody who often touches their lips, because it'll start wearing down LipSense for you, like touching it and rubbing it, the oil's on your hand. And the other thing is if you lick your lips and don't even notice. If your LipSense ever starts to wear away during the middle of the day, you can reapply just by taking off a little bit of that LipSense where it has crumbled maybe, and then just go ahead and reapply your LipSense on top of it. You don't have to take it all the way off and then reapply it completely. Now remember, LipSense is also a lip treatment, and it's made to outlast other lipstick brands. So I just wanted to show you, I just applied both of these. One is LipSense, one is Anastasia lip color. See how this one doesn't move. Okay, now when I do that with this other one, you can see how it gets all over. That's gonna be on your clothes and on your coffee cup. If you guys have any other questions, please shoot me a message. I'd be happy to help you.